Hi guys, how are you? Okay, the next priority of a successful direct seller is hostess coaching. So we have kind of, I've heard from corporate, we're still in the very beginning stages, the beta phase of Tyra Beauty right now. If you're watching this video and we're past that, I'm sorry if things have changed, but right now we're in the beta phase and we have kind of a little hostess rewards program, but it is about to change. So, but I just want to give you some tips on hostess coaching your hostess to have the best party possible, okay? This is huge, guys, because nowadays people are busy, they're forgetting about it, they're worried about bugging people because everyone's busy. So hostess coaching is key to keeping your dates booked, okay? Just because you have a party on the books with a date doesn't mean it's always going to stay that way, okay? So also back to booking though, real quick, if you don't have a date, you don't have a party, okay? Just because someone says they're going to do a party with you does not mean they're going to do a party with you. Get a date on the books, then you have a party, okay? So once you get a date on the books, what do? Hostess coaching is huge, okay? So back to priority number one, build that relationship. She is your new bestie. And she don't know it yet, but she's your new BFF. You guys are BFFs. You know, talk to her all the time. You really, learn about her life, get to know her, build that relationship. That is huge. This is where your relationship is beginning, okay? This is where it's starting, and this is where it's going to blossom, and this is where she eventually, 3 months down the road, might become your next recruit, okay? Because our best options for recruits are our hostesses, right? Okay, so develop that relationship. Big, big, big. All right. 10 contact times. There's 10 contact times for your hostess. And this is just a general outline. You can change it up however you want to, but I want you to be in contact with your hostess. Don't just book the date and then the day before the party say, hey, I'm coming. You need anything? No. Or, hey, I'm coming. How many people do you have? There's nothing worse than that, right? You agreed to have this party for this girl, and then you don't even know what's going on until the day before, and she contacts you like an hour before she's about to be there, asking you how many people are there. Half the time you didn't even invite anybody. Half the time nobody's even coming because you didn't know what was happening, right? So keep her in the loop. Act like she's never had a party before. Coach her the entire way. Even if she's a party pro, just say, this is how I do my parties, and I just want to check in with you, and this is how I want things. This is how I do things. So, okay? So number one. At the initial party or initial contact that you meet her. That is your first contact time. This is when you get to know her, you talk to her a little bit. This is when she books. This is when you start to get to know her a little bit. So whatever that initial contact is. And this is when you give her a hostess packet, okay? With just information about hosting, information about Tyra, maybe a couple catalogs that she can bring to work, one that she can have on her at all times, one that she can leave at work, one that she can leave wherever. Okay, we'll talk more about what to put in a hostess packet later. Right now our materials are good, but we don't have a ton of stuff. I'm still figuring out what I'm going to put in my Tyra Beauty hostess packets, okay? So the initial contact, that's number one contact time at the party or whatever that contact was when you're giving her her hostess packet. And don't just give it to her. Don't just hand it to her and say, here's your hostess packet, because she's never going to look at it, okay? Open it up and explain to her what it is. These are your catalogs if you want to leave one at work, if you want to carry one with you at all times just to show people what it is. It's a new great thing. And this is our Hostess Rewards program, and explain that to her. And just explain each little piece of it. Explain maybe you have a referral program you're going to be doing, that if she gets, you know, $100 in orders before the party, she's going to get this. Or if she gets 3 bookings off of her party, she's going to get this. Explain to her what's in the hostess packet and what that entails. Okay, so that's the initial contact. The second contact is 24 hours to 48 hours-ish after the initial contact. You want to check in with her and see if she has a guest list and how that's going. And if possible, you want to get that from her so you can do the invites yourself. And I know that seems like some work, but listen, half the time the reason why a party is canceled is because she didn't ever invite anybody. So if you can get the invites from her yourself and get them out, that's key. So if you can get that contact information, that's awesome. Because also, if you get that contact information, say she wants to book again, you know, 6 months from now, all you're going to have to do is say, hey, is your guest list the same as last time? I'll go ahead and send out your invites. Is there anyone you want to add? And she's like, nope, that's it. And you're like, great, okay, all done. How easy did you just make that for her? She's going to talk about you to her friends and how easy the whole process was, okay? So try to get a guest list from her, and there's some programs that I can recommend to you that actually will help with that, where she can upload them straight from her computer. And I'll talk about that a little bit later. If you have any questions, PM me or let me know. Okay, and then contact number 3, maybe, you know, a couple days after that, or maybe even, you know, the next day, check in with her and just kind of explain to her what to expect. Ask her how the guest list is going. Ask her if she's heard back from anybody. Ask her, you know, if she's maybe had any orders to put together, how she's liking it, whatever. But just check in with her and just explain to her what to expect out of the party and kind of how you run your parties and what you're going to do, okay? And just check in and see how the whole process is going. The 5th one, okay, 5 days before the actual party. And you shouldn't be booking too much farther than 3 weeks out. I'd say 3 weeks is a good time frame. If you're booking months and months, you know, farther out in your calendar, they're likely to cancel, to be honest, because number one, they're going to forget about it. They're not as excited anymore. The key to this business is excitement. So you need to keep that going. That's what Hostess coaching is all about, keeping your hostess excited. Okay? So 5 days before the party, you're going to check in with her and just say, hey girl, are you getting excited for your party? I'm super excited to come over, and or whatever, even if it's online. And you can just say, how's your guest list going? You know, did you get any bookings outside? Is anyone interested in that? Did you get any orders together? How are you? And if she's kind of down on it, then just reassure her that it's going to be a great party no matter how many people come. It's just going to be fun getting her and a friend or two together, you know, to enjoy the Tara products. And remind her that to encourage friends to bring a friend. And maybe you want to do some kind of, if you bring a friend, you get an extra raffle ticket. If you bring a friend, you get a little gift. That's up to you and how you want to run your business, okay? So, okay, next up is, the day before the party. Okay, so the day before the party, you're going to do another check-in, just see how it's going, see how her guest list is going, see how she's feeling, build that excitement in her, get her excited, get her riled up, just get excited. All right, and an hour before, check in with her, see if there's anything that she needs you to bring, make sure you know where you're going, and just check in with her and see if there's anything that she's needing. And always get at your party early, because number one, you don't want people seeing you jumble everything in, but you just want to be able to set up early. And then at the party, that's a contact time when you're doing the party and you're thanking her for having everyone together and just enjoying her and her friends. And then reward fulfillment. So after the party, you're going to sit down with her and figure out what her rewards are. And then number 9 would be the reward delivery. Let her know when her rewards should be delivered. Let her know when they have been shipped. And let her know when she's supposed to get them. And let her know that if there's any problems, to please let you know as soon as possible. And then just check in with her a couple weeks after the party's over. She should have gotten her rewards by then. And just see how it went. See how she's liking her rewards. And that's that. Okay? So that's your 10 contact times for Hostess coaching. So next we're going to talk real quick about working with your team. Talk to you later.